let's assume this tiny matchstick, it's 1/5 of an actual matchstick, is a data center. As you might already know, the internet runs on these things called data centers. They are large buildings full of computers that process and distribute the digital world as we know it, from your emails to WhatsApp messages, tax records, and even this video you're seeing now. If this tiny match is a data center and a full matchstick is hypothetically 5 data centers, a 2015 map of data centers in Africa would look like this. African countries had fewer than 50 data centers. We know this because Minkels did an interview with Funke Okeke, the founder of Main One. She mentioned that there was just over 42 data centers in Africa at the time, consuming around 100 to 130 gigawatts of power annually, which is the same energy consumed by a small African city like Parakou. Today, that same map looks like this. We have around 250 data centers according to the data center map. These data centers consume roughly 360 to 500 gigawatts of electricity annually, which is the same electricity consumed by the entire country of Gambia. By the way, this tiny French island territory / colony off the coast of Madagascar has the same amount of data centers as Algeria. By 2031, based on growth patterns, Africa could be home to over 400 facilities, which in our fictional matches as data centers world would look like this. These centers would consume over 2,000 gigawatts of electricity annually. With these data centers come the promise of faster internet speed, reduced cost, improved data security, and so on. But its realization is a bit more complex than we know. For example, Africa is a power poor continent, so where will the electricity to power all of these data centers come from? Also, 250 facilities isn't actually that much a number. Asia outside of China, with a comparable population and rapidly growing digital economies, has 800 plus data centers. Another interesting thing is that although these centers are based on African soil, a lot are owned by large foreign corporations and private equity firms like Amazon, Microsoft, Equinix, and Digital Realty. Because of this ownership structure, users still often pay in foreign currencies to host their data, which still falls under foreign legal jurisdiction rather than African regulation. Africa has a complicated relationship with data, its policy, security, infrastructure, and so on. And at Cyberfreak, we're constantly asking questions around that relationship. Follow us to see the answers we dig up.